The Guns of the Somme, July 1st, 1916. The morning sky is heavy, gray, and unbroken. A mist clings to the fields, clinging like a shroud over the broken landscape. I feel the weight of anticipation pressing down on my chest as I huddle among my comrades in the muddy trench, the ground soft and sucking at our boots. Each of us is silent, yet beneath the quiet there is a tremor of fear that no one can hide. We know the artillery barrage has begun, shaking the earth, a rolling thunder that will not cease until the orders come to climb out, to advance. I remember the faces around me, young and worn before their time, eyes wide with the knowledge of what is coming. Some write letters to mothers or sweethearts, the ink smudged by mud and shaking hands. Some whisper prayers. Others curse the war, the generals, fate itself. I clutch my rifle, the wood cold, the metal biting at my palms, and try to steady my breathing. Time stretches and contracts. Every second is both eternity and a fleeting instant. Then comes the whistle, high, piercing, and impossible to ignore. The world narrows to that single sound. We climb, we run, we spill out over the top into no man's land, a landscape torn asunder, churned by shells, littered with the dead and the dying. The mud sucks at us, a relentless enemy alongside the guns. Bullets crack the air, a metallic chorus of death, and I duck instinctively, crawling toward a shell crater, heart hammering in my chest. Around me, comrades fall. Some cry out, some go silent. The cries are guttural, desperate, human. A friend, Tom, a lad from back home, trips, stumbles, and disappears into the mud. I reach for him, but a shell explodes nearby and the earth throws me to the ground. When I arise, the world has changed. The horizon is no longer a distant line. It is a wall of smoke, flame, and ruin. We press on. Orders are shouted through the roar of the guns, commands barely audible over the constant din. The officers are calm, almost unreal in their composure, while we struggle to keep pace, to survive the hell around us. Each step is an effort against gravity, against fear, against the unending chorus of artillery. I feel my boots fill with water, mud, and the remnants of fallen comrades, a grim reminder of the cost of each advance. By midday, the landscape is unrecognizable. Trenches that once offered shelter are obliterated, replaced by craters that gape like wounds across the earth. The smell is everywhere. Smoke, blood, cordite, and something deeper, more primal. The scent of death that clings to everything. I paused in a crater, my hands shaking, trying to glimpse of the enemy lines. All I see are shattered remnants of barbed wire, the occasional silhouette moving in the distance, and the relentless barrage of artillery. The battle drags on. Hours feel like days. Food, water, and rest are luxuries we cannot afford. We push forward, driven by orders, by duty, by the instinct to survive. Each fallen comrade leaves a hole in not just the line, but in the heart. Names are whispered before they are swallowed by mud and chaos. Faces haunt me. Friends, strangers, all alike in the absurdity of survival and death. At one point, I crawl into a shell crater to catch my breath. Around me, men lie twisted, the mud hiding the extent of their injuries. Some pray, some weep, some stare at nothing, lost to shock. I feel the weight of despair pressing down, heavier than the guns above us, heavier than the earth that tries to swallow us whole. Yet we keep moving, because still, we are soldiers. Still, there is duty. Still, there is the faint hope that we might survive another hour. I see a young officer, barely more than a boy, trying to rally his men. His voice is steady, his courage evident, though I know the weight he bears is immense. Orders are shouted, plans made, only to be shattered moments later by the unceasing artillery. Each plan is a hope against chaos, each movement a defiance against the inevitable. By nightfall, the field is a nightmare frozen in the dim glow of a fading sun. We take what shelter we can, huddled in mud, exhausted, wounded, yet alive. Around us, the remnants of the day's advance lie strewn. Bodies, equipment, the detritus of conflict. Silence falls, not peace, but a temporary lull as the guns pause and the night air hangs heavy with smoke and sorrow. In the darkness, we speak quietly of home, of mothers, of laughter that feels like a memory from another life. We wonder if anyone will remember the names of those who fell today, or if the earth will swallow us all without a whisper. Yet, even in despair, there is camaraderie, the shared knowledge that survival is not merely personal, but communal. A bond forged in mud, fear, and the shared will to live. The night is long, sleep is brief, fitful, haunted by dreams of the day. Each hour stretches, filled with the distant groan of artillery, the occasional cry that pierces the darkness. We hold each other, a silent promise of survival, a fragile hope that tomorrow might bring more than death. And when morning comes again, the world is as it was, broken, torn, relentless. We rise once more, battered but not defeated, ready to face the guns again. The Somme has no mercy, no conscience, only the cold logic of war. But we move forward, step by step, heartbeat by heartbeat, bound by duty, by survival, and by the faint flicker of humanity that refuses to be extinguished. This is the life, the hell, the reality of the Somme. We do not live for glory. We do not live for medals. We live because we must. And in that living, fleeting and fragile, we find our truth. Courage not in absence of fear, but in the act of facing it, over and over, until the guns fall silent, or until we do.